Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the Man at YouTube with another modelling video. Day 6 of Tank Week. Almost there. We are building the E-25 from Pegasus 72nd scale. The E-25 is an effort by the Germans in World War II to standardise tanks, so parts and equipment were interchangeable, and streamlined manufacturing with sloped armour to speed up numbers of armour as the Russians were doing something quite similar. It was a paper Panzer, never produced, never passed the design stage, yet is very popular in video games of late, such as World of Tanks and War Thunder. Now, hands down, Pegasus is one of two of my absolute favourite 72nd armour manufacturers. Unfortunately, they do very, very few tanks. And after this one, I probably got one or two more subjects before the line is completely exhausted. They're designed to have very few parts to be quickly made for wargaming. They target very unusual subjects, normally based off real items with the actual down to the fine damage and textures of the hull and metal. And 2 is included instead of 1 for minimum price and maximum output of models. Definitely ideal for wargaming. Without a doubt, this model does not disappoint with about 12 pieces on one of the fattest runner sprues you'd probably ever come across. The kit is almost entirely snap fit. You don't even really need glue, and you just paint more or less straight away. The whole build and paint process only took 5 hours. The instructions are a single page showing everything in one step. This particular model comes with parts to do 2 variants, including an infrared light or camera and a machine gun turret. The fit is very tight, and details and panels are designed in the way, as well as the sub-assembly, that when completely stuck together, it looks like the seams are a part of the model. You don't really have to use putty at all. Yet again, where you even have to use glue. Any sort of flash marks and nubs are also cleverly hidden where it goes into not seen parts if you are more on the sloppy end of modelling. Now, the model may slightly suffer in the primitive detail in the suspension and tracks, though the single part track, wheels and suspension is just godly engineering. If you don't look too close, absolutely excellent, looks quite superb. Closer inspection may not make everybody happy. For my purposes, I'm quite happy as long as the main hull is all there and proportionately right. Assembly, cleaning up, nub removal and whatnot just came together extremely quickly. Cannot complain whatsoever, and immediately mounted the track and wheel separately for the hull for ease of hand painting, and primed everything with rattle can automotive primer. Today I modelled away from home at the club meet and had access to different resources. Being a paper Panzer that never existed, had a look at some basic out there German concept camouflages and decided to unload it on this one, as we don't know what purpose or front it may have fought on. Went for the desert yellow brownish colour with snow stripes, so it could either go to North Africa, Middle East, or it could have gone to the Eastern Front. Makes it quite interesting. Lacquer, Mr. Hobby Paint and SMS lacquers were used with blue tack snaked and compressed on the surface to create a hard edge camouflage effect. After the base coat was done and the mask completely removed, the tracks were hand painted steel and with black The vents, gun barrel, and edges were post shaded in highlights, and the tracks itself were weathered and dusted on with a bit of white to show snow residue. Some random 48 scale half track decals and German Panzer markings were applied. A quick, very light clear coat, a very heavy SMS matte coat to mat it all down, and a healthy coat of SMS oil black sludge wash. Heavily thinned. Everything just recessed in the nice deep detail and recessed lines. Popped quite well. Allowed that to dry for a little while. Left with a nice finished model. At some stage after the decals, the tools and shovels and whatnot around the hull were also picked up with a very fine brush well before washing. The colour choice and modulation of dark to light at the top just really worked with this particular project, especially the finer details of the weathering dirt, the highlights, the lowlights, and where there's a bit of snow or snow weathering all over the place. Had a lot of fun, was very playful, very cheeky. The decals was an absolute treat, being a fan art throwback to German Panzer with the schools and whatnot. It's a ridiculous paper panzer that never existed. The concept was great. It would have worked out for the war effort, but just way too late in what was occurring in history. The model was just an absolute joy. I do love Pegasus. Highly recommend picking it up and just having a bit of a play and going mad on painting and just being a tad creative. I'm really pleased with the finish. It's been a lot of fun playing with hard edge camouflages. Normally I do the whole soft edge thing. Blue tack is definitely a lot of fun. But yeah, it's something that is not going to be a regular feature. It's just quite quick, and it happens to work on these few models that I've just been happeningly working on. All in all, I hope you are all enjoying Tank Week and this content. Thank you very much for watching. As always, until next time, stay tuned for further content. Facebook and all the regular shout-outs are available in the description below with links. Shoot us a comment if you have a question or any form of feedback. Very happy to respond. And catch you guys later. One more video tomorrow. See ya.